Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming once again, another month with us. So today we have Toby Diaz. We're very excited to have him back. We had him last year and he did amazing. We gave him this crazy piece, as you see. So we're very excited to see what this is gonna turn out. Please ask him some questions. This is the time that you have to take all the knowledge from him. So ask questions. And at the end, we're gonna raffle the tree, and it's a $2 ticket. And I'm gonna be inside the store, so if you wanna get tickets in the middle of the demonstration or at the end, they're gonna be available with me. So that's pretty much it. And welcome, Toby, once again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here again. Another fun Sunday afternoon. Like I said before, I met some of you in the past, but I'm not afraid of questions. If I don't know something, I will Google it. Just kidding. Or I will call my lifeline. I have a couple lifelines that I can call, but I will call Ed or Mary or Hiram or somebody. So, but that's what I said, that I don't know much about bonsai. The only thing is I like it, and I like the expression that you get of creating something. So don't be shy. I don't mind being interrupted at all. Not that I do this for a living, but it's fun. So you can interrupt me and ask me exact questions about what are you doing that, and we have fun. Okay, let's try to have it. I'm more about the fun than the actual work. So at the end of the afternoon, we want something nice, but let's have fun doing it. This is a big challenge. We're gonna call it Medusa. But this tree was sitting on a pot in this position. Give you a brief from what this was like this. And we had it on the top of the table, and it fell with the wind. So it broke this main part. That's what I put that cast on. But after I started looking at it, I saw that the biggest base and movement was happening right at this area. So I decided to cheat a little bit before you guys got here and take the nice pork chop from the bottom and tilt it that way, because that's basically the line that I would like to expose, and the base that I would like to use as a main base for the tree. Everybody can see. I'm gonna do that there. So the idea about working with this tree is to clean up most of the base and lay out a semi-cascade type of illusion. So imagine this is a big hill. You have rocks, and this is growing on one of the walls of that cliff, and the tree is basically hanging for life at that rock, and the branches are coming down from it. So the idea is to mimic that nature expression. So this is basically the mountain. My arm is the mountain, and this is growing on the side of this. Do I look like a mountain? So this is the mountain, and that's it. So we're gonna play and clean out some of the craziness that it has, and find a better line and give you more definition of a bonsai, trying to keep nature always at its best. Okay, so I'm gonna do some cleaning, but for example, if I have this here that is coming out of the trunk line, that will affect my design, or once I start cleaning things out, look what happens. Okay. I'm recycling. This is a blue can. Okay. We're designing a big project for the future for a couple of years with all these cuttings to do a big forest. So as you can see, I start cleaning some of the stuff that I know that is either crossing the trunk or the main base, or they're on the way of the final design. Back here, I'm not pretty sure yet how far I'm going to take it, but I know that this one if you guys look at the front, where's my assistant? I didn't get one this time. Just kidding.
You need help, Toby?
I'm good. Just wanna. I think everybody got the front now. So you see right back here, when you look at the tree, you see this massive area. So I need to clean this out first so we can define the line. So I'm gonna go ahead and for sure remove this. How about if I tell that I removed the whole thing? You guys get mad? No?
It's your tree.
Oh, no, it could be your tree. This is not going home with me.
I know.
It's going home with somebody here. So don't let me go crazy on it. Okay, so let's clean. I'm gonna clean some of the stuff that I really don't appreciate or cannot use. I'm sorry to see you go. But I haven't told you the name of this tree, other than Medusa. The real name is Portulacaria afra, and it's a succulent. It's full of water, and the elephants, for what I heard. Remember, I don't know anything. Just if you don't believe me, Google it. The elephants chew on it so they can get water. So on a tree that is I'm gonna pass this around. It's like basically like a sugar cane. It's full of water, so you don't want to cut all the way to the end of the branch because it has some dieback. So you want to leave some about an inch on every cut that you do major, so that part rots and heals. How did I learn that? Anybody want to guess? I killed a couple trees, or I made some major cuts, and when I went a couple of weeks later, everything was crumbled. So that's the biggest.
So you have to leave a little dieback.
Exact. Always, you leave a little dieback on the stuff that you want to heal back. But you want to remove it completely, it goes to the main trunk, then you cut the whole thing off.
So Toby, if you cut the whole part off, it doesn't indent into the trunk?
Say that again?
If you
Flush?
don't leave the dye back there, and you said you cut it flush to the trunk, if you...
It creates a little concave hole. When the bark or the cambium start growing back, it will have an indentation. So you want to leave some of that so it dies back and it meets. You keep it an even surface. It's like a default type of growth. That's a good question. That's basically what you want to watch it. What else you don't like? I'm about taper, so everything in life, major trunk on the center, but you got to taper towards the top because the tree is wider on the bottom, and you have to think about the same thing with the branches. When you look at a branch, this is the thickest part, so you want to taper to nothing. Same thing with the actual trunk of the tree. So I'm looking for taper. This branch is bigger than this. This is my top. So guess what? Adios. Right? But because I like taper, I'm going to pick this guy as my next line. So I'm going to leave this here.
What kind of a tree is that? What's the name?
Portulacaria afra. It's a succulent. Yeah, so it's
Is it a relative of the jade?
yeah, I would say they're close by because they have the same type of structure inside. You see, it's like sugar cane, full of water. If I take a leaf and I squeeze it, I get water out. So
that branch you're going to cut, how long did it take to get that thick and big around? Do you think?
I would say 15 years.
So you're making a big decision here, right?
It's like getting a mortgage.
Yeah.
It is. Am I going to be able to pay for that to grow back again? Am I going to be able to wait? So I look at it as a gamble at the same time. But the end result is the part that you really want. You want to create something that has structure and taper for the tree for develop. Now when you make that cut, that branch is going to have different options of branching out. So that's what you want. You want to create extra branching. When the tree gets long, you get this again, because there's nothing. If you push it back, something will pop out of here, and then you cut that off. Then something comes out of here. Now the same thing. Now you have two branches. This one will have two more, one here and one here. So that's how you get your pads. So when you see a tree that is being more developed than this is the first styling for this guy. You see better pads. That's what you want. You want each branch to have a complete structure. As you stand it up, it looks like a tree. Only thing they're laying down. Going here, I want to keep the back.
Wow. You made your cut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully I cut the right one. See, and here, it's the same thing. You have to look, which one do you want? This one is coming from the top, or you want this one from the bottom? I like the one on the top because it gives me two layers. Or do I want the top so it takes me a longer route? For sure, this I don't need. This is skinny, it's in the middle, it's wrapping around.
Toby, before you started off, did you have a bonsai style in mind?
I saw this tree for the first time 5 minutes after I got here. So I didn't know what I was going to be working with. And I think that's something that really brings the best of you, because if you study it, you're going to have 10 options by the time you get here, you will know what to do. But if you get hit with it, your skills got to jump and you got to make quick decisions, and I think that's better. Because if not, I fall in love with it and I don't want to do anything. So I really mean that. But the more you look at trees, that's what happens with when you start getting your collection together and you bring it home. Every time you're having dinner, you're looking at it, it's so pretty. That's so nice. So pretty. You bring it to a workshop to a guy like me, and I go, pop, 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 you go, oh. When I go tomorrow to have dinner, what am I going to see? 3 sticks. Right? So I say, if you're going to do something dramatic, walk away, come back and say, I need to make a decision. That's demos like this. That's what they do. They bring you up to speed. And the ears, I guess, they come back and you go, okay, I need to step up and rock and roll. So that's one of the beauties of this, and at the same time is some people don't appreciate it because they think that you are being out of line or too drastic with their material. But at the end of the day, we're doing it for the best of the outcome. So I want to develop something really good out of this. Anybody disagree? Anybody thinks that especially people that are new. Who's here for the first time? Oh boy, I'm in trouble. So I need to make a good impression on you guys, right? How am I doing so far? Does everybody understand the principle? If you work with good material, you're going to end up with great material. If you do something that you try to make it into, that actually doesn't have the potential, don't buy it. Just buy something that you like, something that you want to use, something that you see that in the future, this is going to be 4 beautiful trees with 4 different styles, and it's going to look like a forest, because that has the potential. But if you buy the stick, I mean, you can make wonders out of this, but believe me, it's not going to be top of the line tree. It's going to be a tree. you know, 30 years from now, this trunk will be this thick, these branches, if you wire and guide it, it will be an excellent material. But I think all of us have a little bit of an impatient way of looking at things, so we want quicker results. Especially the new people, they want to see a tree that they can tell their friends, look what I did. Yeah, so it takes time. Okay, here. This is major cut. You see what's starting to happen? It's starting to go big masses. About back here, do I need all this? What is this guy doing?
That branch you just cut, you left a stub there. That stub up above the one you just,
This one.
no, down, the one you just, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
You left that stub. Is that a dieback
This is
portion?
the dieback.
Okay, just wanted to
Yeah.
see if you're
I'm
holding
following
true,
my own,
yeah.
my own rules, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, yeah.
So yes, this is here, 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 here. This is no good. I'm looking at it more. You can see of the brick branch housing inside.
Yeah.
It's just very light. Here. This is no good. Now back here. I got a lot, right? Too much going on.
We cannot see back there.
Exactly. But it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning. You're gonna see the stuff falling, so you guys know how much I'm cutting off.
Okay.
See, this tree has a tendency to, when it gets this wild and it's been growing, it was not intended to be bonsai. It was a garden plant. So everything has a tendency to start getting together and making a big mess. At the end of the day, that's perfect for bonsai when you take everything off and you have that beautiful base with all those curves. But to do the styling, you have to think about all the options that you have to work with. I have a question for the new people. What got you interested in coming? Now I'm gonna be the one asking questions.
What was the question?
What got you interested in bonsai? The new people.
The beauty of it, seeing an actual tree and knowing that a giant sized tree is in a park nearby, but yet you have it in your living room or in your backyard.
Nice. Anybody else?
I like the style of it. I guess not so much growing completely up, but also to the sides.
You like that?
Yeah.
So you like? So the idea for you for bonsai is more like seeing things that move.
Like,
Where you from?
maybe my nationality.
Yeah.
My family's Cuban.
Okay. See, who else from the tropics here? That's a problem that we have because I was born in Puerto Rico and every tree that I saw was moving. So everything that I want to create has to move. Because I grew up right by the ocean. All the memories that I have is trees are coming out of the side of the road, erosion, falling off a cliff. But down by my house, a tree growing on the side, a beautiful poinciana, a flamboyant poinciana, growing on the side of my grandmother's house with a hill, and the tree was basically growing for life. We used to sit on the roots, and that tree was just drooping down the hill. So that's what I tried. Those are the memories that I have. So when I look at a tropical tree that have movement, I try to think about everything that I've seen over the years and recreate that with trees. That was a biggie.
Yeah.
Anybody scared yet?
I was scared a long time ago.
I am. I am. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Now you can see the
So here comes the crazy part. The reason why I do that because I have so many options that I can wire this and make it to a nice shape.
I got a question.
Sir,
When you're shaping and pruning, when is a big or a good sign to say enough is enough? Like, chill out. Like,
right about now. No, when you're trimming and pruning, after the trees develop or when you're styling?
styling.
Styling
Yeah.
is when you see stuff like this that stop moving. If you look at all the trunk and everything has movement, and you get to the part where everything is straight, from there back is where you want to work. You don't want to double duty the art. You want to take advantage of the trunk, and if you have to wait for a branch that you guide to be better than the one that you're giving from the beginning, go for the other one. Go for the one that you're going to develop. Tree will be much better than trying to get something and force it to be that it's never going to be there, or it's in the wrong place, or it's not it doesn't land in the area where you want it. You grow a new one. Yeah, you wait a couple months. This thing will be flushing in a couple of weeks like crazy because with all this hacking that we did. All right, so. Have a couple more here to destroy, and we go from there. Anybody want to help me wire? How about this guy? Nobody likes it.
Pretty big.
Yeah. What should we do? You like it? How about now?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Right?
Yeah,
Taper.
better.
How about these guys? Put them around, we'll see. Too much going on here still, right?
Yep.
too dense.
What are we gonna do?
The for tapering.
Tapering. Remember? Long shot? No good. I'm gonna take Look at the haircut. Now we talk.
Nice. Now you notice you cut that flush with the main branch.
Because I'm gonna cut this off too.
Oh,
I think. I'm gonna go for plan B. You know why? It's crossing this branch. This branch is better looking.
ah.
So I don't want an obstruction for that branch. Aha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now we're cleaning our house.
Looking good.
Let's do this and then we deal with this guy. There's something here I don't like. You have a fork. You can go US 1, you can go Biscayne Boulevard. Right? So I like the drastic stuff. Should we cut it now or wait?
Got it.
Hey,
They're not gutty.
first time. Right? I love it. Now look at the movement. This one is doing that, this one is doing this. Better?
Yeah.
Okay, let's throw some wires. So because of the main branch of the tree is going to be the cascading branch, we're going to wire that first. That will dictate how we step up and do the layers that will fall on top of it so you get light on everything. So the main branch always go first when you're doing a style like this. Sometimes I start from the top, but depending on the tree, because I want everything to follow the end of the final apex of that tree. In this case, I'm going to go wire that branch first, and that will put this one in position, this one will fall through, and then we make that stairwell type of act.
So will it sit in the pot the way it's sitting on the table right now?
Yes, the pot, this whole piece of soil here will come out. All these roots will be raked off. He will try to get as much soil out of it and repot it with all these roots. With those pretty roots are going to be really aggressive in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we're going to rake with this. I had it here, but somewhere. It's a big rake. We're going to take everything out, calm all the roots.
Hey Toby, going back to what you just said, so we're going on a cascade, right?
Semi-cascade.
Semi-cascade. So usually, if I heard correct, when you're doing a cascade, we want to build the pads first that are cascading, and then match that to the apex.
Yeah, the most important branch on a cascade, I would say that is the branch that is drooping.
Okay.
So you want that to be the first one you lay out. And if you have to make any adjustments after, we can play with the position of these guys. Everybody okay? Now let's see what I can do here with wire. So, nobody has asked me what is the most important thing about bonsai, other than the one that everybody asked me. First is the material. Then when we're talking about design and structure, what is the most important part?
Flow.
Trunk. Without a base, you have nothing. You want to build a building, you need some foundation. Every tree has to have a perfect or good base to become a good tree. The second thing, if you want structure, is the ramification. How you develop that is by wiring. And wiring is the key of a successful branching place and structure for detail.
Are you going counterclockwise?
Depending on the position of the branch, I want you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm not bending the branch, I'm supporting the branch and holding the wire in place. I'm moving the wire, and every time I put the wire in place, I support it. I want the wire to do the work, not the branch. You see, every time I move, I hold it there. And make my loop so it doesn't fall off. Let's stop right there for a second. So you see the branch stay in the same place.
Right.
Because when I move, I'm going to move it once, so I don't make any fractures. Or try not to move it more than once. Okay, sometimes we tweak a little, but it's just in the middle. Then we go along the trunk, and like everything, anybody that has a little bit of knowledge on either construction or architecture, when you hold something, you need to have the best support possible so you can hold weight, and that's what I'm doing here. If I don't strap this branch double to that main part that I'm not going to move, I won't be able to do any changes at the ends because it will be dancing, it will be bouncing right back once I bend the wire. It may sound a little more difficult than what it actually is, but once you put a couple of wires on your trees, you see the results and you go, I remember that guy. He said this. This will happen, I get hooked on it after I wire 2 branches and put it in place, right? So, what is my favorite tree? Seriously. The one that I'm working on right now. I cannot think about any other, because if not, I'm gonna screw this one up. So this is my favorite tree. I'm working on it, I'm dedicating time to it, I put in all the efforts in designing and getting the maximum of the actual material that I have, and it becomes my favorite tree. And that's, some people say that as a joke, but it's true.
Toby, you have about 20 minutes left. Actually, 22 to be exact.
Okay, we're going to do the 22 wiring.
Let's do it.
See, I put the wire in place, the only thing was all these little branches get me tangled. No pressure, right? 22 minutes?
19 now.
Thanks, guys. How many hours you work on yours yesterday?
About 2. But I got distracted though, so.
You took the easy one.
Yeah, of course.
Just kidding. It's all
Well,
fun.
I also repotted in that time, just saying.
You're the man. So, you are kicking. Awesome. Yeah, but the difficult part about doing this type of demos is giving you guys the best instruction at the same time trying to work. We have a study group that is, guys are pretty, I would say not advanced, but they've been in bonsai for a while and nobody talks. And the only thing you hear, ooh, ee, that's it. So it's kind of funny. And then they go, check this out, check what I did. And it's a lot of fun.
You still belong to a club?
I belong to a study group that allows me to come in at my leisure because of my schedule. I don't get penalized for not showing up. I'm just kidding, no. But it's a group of friends. We get together when we can, and everybody understands. They know me for a while that my schedule doesn't allow me to be that much involved, but as part of the group. I travel for a living, so it's kind of hard. I don't have my trees at home. I have a good friend that takes care of them for me. He's about to divorce me. He said, "You take your kids home." So we're working on a continuous. He FaceTime me. He does videos. I get to see my kids like that. Good friend. And we also meet at his house. Mita's here. Okay, just to give you an idea, I have these branches like that. So another piece. Leading branch. Remember what I said? Make it dramatic, go downhill. You have the paths at the bottom. This one, throw another piece of wire so I can make it move where I want it. Where is it? You just drop one. Oh, here.
Toby,
Yes, sir.
now you have 20 minutes.
Okay.
So sorry.
Are you? Are we on daytime saving lie again? It's coming back. What happened? What changed?
No, because you started 10 minutes late.
Oh,
So that's why I was like,
bonus.
yes. You might have watched. I hope I didn't rush it too much now.
Yeah, I'm good. Thing is, I want to put wire on all these branches and make it.
Well, I might speed it up again in like 5 minutes, but I don't know yet.
I get those scissors out. It's all about structure, so. Depends on the species. I'm not trying to put it hard on this because once, especially after all this cutting, this tree in particular is gonna kick off and probably swell a little bit after. I remove almost half of the growth, so it's gonna go pretty aggressive. So I'm trying to put it as loose as possible, so the branches don't swell over the wire. But what you have to look is for marks when that wire start to dig in, and that's when you remove it. And for those that are new, there's something out there called the Bonsai Police, and they come and looking for that. Just kidding.
I thought they were real. He said they were real.
Huh?
He said they were real.
They're real, but it's funny. Is the enforcement agency that is the least dangerous in the whole world. Because at the end of the day, the tree is yours, and you do whatever you want with it, and it goes to your house, so they cannot say anything about it. So that's what happens when you go to when it becomes really detailed. You go to conventions and all that. You want it, and you want to learn not to show trees that are not 100% ready. Basically, that's what they're there for. I like them. They're nice people.
The police.
They never arrested me. They did some damage, but they're cool. Now we're going full speed, trying to get these branches wired. And turn and bend a little.
Are you doubling up the wire because you underestimate how strong the branch was, or like
Good question.
two smaller gauges?
So you belong to the bonsai police. No, I do that, sorry, because I believe that putting a higher or thicker piece of wire is harder to maneuver than to put in two of the same caliber that you want to get at the end. And that way you can do more with it. You get more support. If you put one big, some people do a different way. That I prefer that because I got more flexibility. I can go here, you see, and it doesn't crack. If you put a big one, you're bound to basically making a crack. And at the same time, it looks like I'm doing more. Just kidding. I wish I wish I was that good that I don't have to use wires. That I go Mr. Miyagi type of stuff. But no, I had to suffer that. I did an interview at the beginning of this afternoon, and they asked me what was my beginning in bonsai, and I basically was put in boot camp. By wanting to learn and getting the up to speed with the right group of people, they basically take the new guy and they put it to the test. And I was put to that test several times, and to the point where I went to a Saturday boot camp and they made me wire and rewire 3, 6, and 7 times in one day, because I was doing it wrong. You see that? I'm supporting the branch, but I'm bending the wire. And the reason I put that wire there is because I can't go that far. And now I'm going to bend it this way. I got the support of the wire back here, and I can go like this and do it like that. Same thing here. Wire on the back, I can do this. I got 2 wires there, I can do that. So how about here? Hold this. Step down. Where am I mounted? It's moving. Talk about the structure of that first branch, right? The sun. Don't tell anybody that I cut a piece of wire with. Especially you guys, you belong to the bonsai police. I'm afraid of you. You're undercover? We need to become friends. So there you go, you start placing your branches. And what is the optimal thing that you want? You want the sun to hit every branch so it can grow, right? Remember that mountain? There's that. How happened to this guy? Scary, right? Yeah, there. Now this guy. What is? Now watch. What do we have? Oh, good. This is our front. Right, whoops. Right here.
I really like it. It looks really good.
You like it?
Yeah.
You want to win it?
Yeah. Always fun to win.
Me too.
The
Nice.
branches that are growing up on the top, are all those going to stay growing up, or are you going to?
We're going there now. See what happens. Okay. Keep moving, but that is what I'm looking for to have. Now I want to create a second layer. Here and here. Okay. 8 minutes.
Can you do it?
Huh?
Can you do it?
In 8 minutes. We're trying. What I want here is this. Want to hear it crack? They've been pretty good. There. Keep moving. Jerome, anything we can do to hold this thing a little bit better?
Let me go get him.
Keep rolling. Tell you what.
Yes? Yes? Your assistant is on his way. Where you want me to go? More of this? Or is this good?
No, right there.
Slipped, huh?
There. There you go.
Yes, I think it's ready for me.
Huh?
It's good like this one.
Too long? You don't like it? Talk to me, guys. We're doing this together. This is the fun part, believe it or not. How you like this one? Nice?
Yeah.
About this guy? Towards the front, so it shows green there. Towards the back, so you can see when you look through here, there's green on the back. Right? About this? No? You like it long? Stay. You're the boss. How about here? It's wired.
Yeah.
Why? Right? So what are we gonna do? It's wired. It belongs to the FBI.
Good thing you're using the thin wire.
You see that? He knows the rules. What do you think is that? He just gave you his identity right here, right now. He just told me why. Anchor.
Why would you rather do
Huh?
like a big drastic change with the plant than over time do little changes?
Good. That's an excellent question because if you see the line at the beginning when you see the material, I think it's better that you just go at it the first time and you work on the good stuff than start to seeing stuff that you don't like and remove. Immediately when you look at something that you don't like, you're not gonna like it later. If you don't like it now, take it off now. So don't wait till next week to say, well, you know what, I look at it that week and that didn't do it for me, I'm gonna take it off now. You're delaying the process and also you're creating more healing steps into your plant than to go ahead the first time and do a massive, I call it hack or redesign and go from there.
And it's not too traumatic for the plant?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Now, the responsibility of the owner is key when it comes to this. We all have to take care of our plants. We have to learn about their growing habits, and we have to care for their health in the way that they will benefit better. So that's our responsibility as plant owners. But it definitely doesn't hurt. People ask me that question all the time. Why you worrying? You're stretching that thing. It's not good, but it's not. It's actually beneficial. So with this tool, I wanted. I just saw something. Remember taper? That branch was already cracked, so I'm gonna do this one. And this will heal back, and it has to be worked. What you guys don't like about it so far? Be honest.
The top part,
Yeah.
I guess.
You don't like the top part.
Nah, I guess
Why?
Much on the top.
trying to define an apex.
There you go. That's what we're working on. Back here needs a lot of wire. See, this branch has to come here. This got to come here. The apex. This is my idea of this tree. Use this branch here and take this one and wire it up and there, like that. So you get a crown built.
That's nice.
I don't finish trees, and this is somebody asked me, somebody told me that couldn't find an apex on a tree. So if you finish a tree like this, that means that you're looking for more growth going at the end. If you finish a tree with like a tropical top, or let's say something with a dome, or for those of you that are religious, a yarmulke, you put a little dome on the top, and you have more options to trim, but the main branch is bent to the side, so the energy is going to go that way. You can cut that off instead of trying to control this from happening. How the tree grows? Up. They have a tendency to go up. You need to control that with a bend and change that growing habit to the side. There you can select newer branches, and the main one, you keep control of the growth. Got it?
Yeah, that's good.
That's the best tip I can give you for the tops. Are we over with time? Okay. This is the rest of the structure here. This is another layer right here. Like I said, this is the top, and I finished like that to the side. And the reason why I finished to the side because you have this. If I have time, nobody leaves, I can throw a couple more wires after we do the workshop, but that's the main objective is to put all these positions. If you guys can mimic this branching back here, lay it down, this goes down here. See, just by moving it with my hands, you start seeing better.
That's good.
This goes here, then the apex goes back. This is your back branch. This is another section, so it goes more and more like that. That's it.
Bravo.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, everybody. Oh, you want to say something else?
No, how do you want to handle finishing the tree?
So in the demo, usually just work whatever the time, and whatever is not done, you can like talk to them like your vision or your idea, and whoever wins it, we can help you with that afterwards. Just letting you know, Toby has a workshop at 5 p.m., 5 to 7. We call it Bonsai and Beer. And you bring your own tree, and he works with you and your tree. That comes every month. So if you didn't sign up this time, maybe next month. And something else